My mom is the fun parent and I'm the strict one.
Your cortisol is going to be super high.
Oh, my cortisol is very high.
People forget that women were never really built to work.
Because we get on so quick. From the minute we met, it was just...
Your university time, I have to say, are the best years of your life if you live them wisely. I think people may look at me and think, you know what, she's got lucky.
I'm learning how to love myself.
The amount of trolling I get about my voice.
So if I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, oh my God, how was your weekend? Emirates 1 negative.
Okay, have you ever been in love? Oh my God, Joe, you're going to get me into trouble.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Burj Banter episode of Press Pause with Jouhayna. On today's episode, I have Dr. Hasia, and she sat on my seat because you do not piss off your injector, and that's her good side.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, of course. So since you're the guest, you can take the first block to ask a question.
Do I take the one off the top?
Oh, no, it has to be anything below the first completed story.
Okay, this one.
Oh, smooth.
Okay, so describe a light bulb moment where you fully recognized how a past moment shaped you. I would say, just having very strict, disciplined parents. And, at the time, you're a teenager, you're a young adult, and, you want to go out and do what everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. I'm born and raised in England, and my family have been there since 1937.
Mashallah.
So although culturally we are Iranian Pakistani, we still, I identify as being British. I'm third generation, right? So I want to go out to the mall with my friends, and there might be girls, there might be boys. That doesn't mean, anything, mm-hmm. right? So, but now I look on my life and I look back and I think actually my parents did a good job. Having that discipline is really the reason why I was able to build this career, mm-hmm. Build this business, and be the person who I am today. I'm very dedicated, I'm very focused, and I wake up early, I work hard, I work 7 days a week. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't be this way.
Yeah, I completely understand. And I was raised here and I'm from here and I'm mixed race in that way as well. My mother is Tanzanian by origin and my father is Emirati. And the light bulb moment for me was when my grandma moved away. So I have two grandmothers. So Mama Maryam was from my father's side and Ali yarhamha, she passed. But my mother's side, she's mashallah, she's still with us, And when I was maybe 11 or 12, she moved to the States because she has two daughters. So my mother and my auntie. My auntie lives in the US. And we just decided it's better for her to move to the States and try and get the citizenship because my auntie was already American, mm-hmm. to then get better health care. And also my aunt is a doctor. So with an aging parent, it's better for her to just be there being taken care of by my auntie. Mm-hmm. So that moment when she left was when I had to become mini mom. So she was the one taking care of us. She raised me mostly because my mom was out working. And then when she left, I had to become mini mom to my two younger sisters. Aww. So to this day, like my mom is the fun parent and I'm the strict one.
Oh, love that.
So for me, that is the moment that really made me adult very fast. Mm-hmm. And it's why I'm so responsible and I'm so proactive and protective of my two little sisters. I say little, but one is turning 26 next month. Wow. And in my mind she's still 5 or 4, like what? Mm-hmm. So that for me was when it shifted.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Thanks.
So should we take the next one?
Yeah, so you put this one at the top this way, and then and then I'll take the next one. Oh, here we go. So if I could time travel, where would I go and what would I do? I know this sounds really awful, but I would go back to COVID. Yeah, because that was when I got to pause my life for the first time. Right? So
there was no flights.
Yeah.
What were you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. And then because of where I lived, I couldn't physically access work for like a month. And I remember being so stressed that month. I was like, I can't get to work. What's going to happen? I should have just chilled. Because now looking back, alhamdulillah, everything's fine. I'm still working. I have my career, which I'm very grateful for and I don't take for granted, because I know COVID displaced a lot of people in that way. But I wish I could just go back and just do COVID without the worry of thinking of the future, because that's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, when's the world going to open up again? When that happens, I need to do this. It was too much.
Yeah.
So I would go back to that month where I couldn't reach work and I was just sat at home doing nothing. But I had the panic every day. Will I be able to go to work tomorrow?
Yes.
Refresh my email, check, speak to my boss, double check everything.
Yes.
So
you're very responsible, like checking your emails and refreshing and contacting them and asking, when am I coming back to work? That's very responsible, actually. I think you should have just paused.
I should have just paused.
Just relax.
Exactly.
If they need you, they'll call you.
And at the time I even had a roommate living with me, so I had a friend with me. I wasn't completely alone. So we were just like vibing. We had can't remember what the name of the show was, but there's some British show that's like they leave everybody out in the wilderness and then you watch them survive.
Like Bear Grylls.
I think I can't remember the name of it, for To Save My Life.
Survival of the Fittest or something.
Maybe something like that. I can't remember, but I remember it was like we had like a little ritual, and my whole life I've never been able to have a proper routine because of the shift work. It's always changing.
Yeah.
So we had a nice routine. We'd wake up, cook, hang out for the day. We bought that like inflatable pool. That was like a thing in COVID. Okay. Everyone was just buying these pools and putting them in their garden. So that's what we did. We'd like hang out at the pool, play with our dogs, take a midday nap, have dinner, watch the show, and then go to bed and wake up all over again. But I had that panic of, what's going to happen? When am I going to go to work? What's going to happen? Did you apply for jobs? Like to my friend, because she had lost her job. So I wish I just pressed. That's why I called the podcast Press Pause, because I never stopped until COVID.
You should be careful with that. You know why? Your cortisol is going to be super high.
Oh, my cortisol is very high. I've already done a test.
The inflammation in your body must be super high.
It is.
You need to like Zen. Go to India for a bit. One of those like
Ayurvedic
yoga, Ayurvedic camps where they have people just meditating all day and just.
Oh yeah,
that's what you need.
Well, I remember when I did my cortisol and inflammation test. It was with a functional medicine specialist, and she's like, oh, you're very inflamed. I'm like, I'm just hot. And she's like,
yeah.
And she's like, no, Joe, this is not a good thing. I was like, whatever, I'll make a joke out of it. But yeah, I'm aware of it, and I am working towards making that better.
Good.
So yeah, meditating, I'm praying, I'm good. Just trying to find that mental peace.
Yeah, decompress. Do things that just like I love the sit at home and do nothing days. Just decompress, and we need that because as women, people forget that women were never really built to work. Ancestors, women, we were never built to work, and over time we've had to evolve into working and being breadwinners when actually we were not created that way for that. We were to have babies, stay at home, and the man was the hunter-gatherer and the breadwinner. So yeah, over time there's been a hormone shift, and our bodies haven't responded well to that. And now you're seeing so many women who are struggling with fertility. They have PCOS, they have thyroid issues, they have autoimmune conditions, because us as women, we're not built for that. So it's difficult, but we need to definitely take a minute and press pause.
Oh, amen. So if you could time travel, where would you go and what would you do?
I guess I would go back to my university days. Okay. Because, studying 2 degrees, I was working very hard. I've always been a bit of a nerd, and, I study. So I would be in the library. My friends would say, where's Hasia? They'd go out, do their thing, like, where's Hasia? I would be in the library. And I feel like I didn't fully enjoy my university experience and just live. Because you know what? Your university time, I have to say, are the best years of your life if you live them wisely. Because now it's just work. Life used to be so simple, and I wish I just took that break, and I wish I kind of just did what everyone else did and just enjoyed a bit more.
I feel you, and I understand, because for me, I was mini mom, so I was stressed at home, stressed at school. Didn't get to really just...
Can I take something out from here?
Yeah, you can take it
Or
out.
am I going to just... No.
You can tap
I'll just
around
take
and
it.
see what feels loose.
What are 3 things you love most about the person you are today? Well, without blowing my own trumpet, what do I love about myself? I love that I'm just so...
Excellent in makeup.
Excellent.
Award-winning doctor.
Oh, yeah. I love... Okay, so what I love about myself, sometimes it's a downfall, but I love that I'm a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
I love that I'm a perfectionist. You come to me, if I do a task, I'm going to do it to 100%. Recently, I learned about living in the present, living in the moment, and that has transformed my life. Because, yeah, you need to live in the present and be 100% there and complete every task to 100%. And I love that about myself, actually.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to do anything, like if I'm going to put this Jenga piece here, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to be fully present with the piece, and I love it.
Exactly.
I would say that's what I love most about myself. And I love that despite going through many challenges in life, I think people may look at me and think, you know what, she's got lucky.
Not the case.
It wasn't luck.
Mm-hmm.
I worked damn hard. I worked 7 days a week. And when I was at university, when I was studying A-levels and pre-med and everything, I was working. There were days I was revising 14, 15 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And even now when I'm working 7 days in a week. So people may think it's just luck, but actually it's being passionate about what I'm doing. I'm very passionate. I'm very driven. Mm-hmm. And I love that about myself. And I would say despite all the challenges I've had in life, God, that sounds like I've had such a terrible life. Like, I don't want, I know people have had really hard lives. I'm not trying to say that I've had a terrible life. But despite all of that, I'm still able to be compassionate. I'm still able to be a good person, a nice lady, you know? Despite all the crap that all of us have been through.
Exactly.
Still able to be here on the other side and not let that harden my heart to people, to anyone.
Exactly.
So yes.
That's the most important thing, because when you have gone through so much, it's so easy to want to be hard to everybody else for the hardship that you endured.
Absolutely. And the world is not always nice. Mm-hmm. We come across people of all types. And there's been, especially I've come across many people like narcissists, sociopaths, people like that. And despite all of that, I'm glad that I am still me and I'm still soft. I like that.
And for me, what I love about myself is that I'm learning how to love myself, because a lot of people would assume because I am very confident, right? But that's an act I put out. Yeah. I'm just like, I have a lot of self-doubt.
Wait, what star sign are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
This is why we get on. I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, there we go.
That is why, right?
Because we get on so quick. From the minute we met, it was just...
No, first of all, I thought, who is she? But no.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, I'm joking. But really, Scorpio and Capricorn really get on well. We're very similar.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry for interrupting.
It's okay. But yeah, so for me, I'm learning how to love myself, and I'm proud of myself for doing that, because it takes a lot of courage to do that as well. I've always been the kind of person from my childhood, give everyone around me, take everything emotionally. And then when I started to make money financially, just giving everything I have to everybody else. So that self-love is also coming with selfishness, which is me leaving my comfort zone to do that, to prioritize myself for the first time ever. And I also relate with you about being present. So my life coach, she was telling me, the past is a figment of your imagination, because that's what you remember. Yeah. And the future, and that fear for the future, the anxiety for the future, you're panicking over something that doesn't exist. And I was like, wow, that's mind-blowing. True. That is insane. So whenever I do feel that, I just force myself to slow down, because even with prayer, I'm like, I need to pray. And then I notice I'm doing everything quickly. And I'm like, just to regulate my nervous system, all I have to do is slow it down. So That's another thing that I love, that I'm constantly pushing myself out of my comfort zone and being, in air quotes, selfish for the first time in my life. I also love myself for the determination I have, because even though Mounjaro helped, I lost those 22 kilos and I'm still going for it. And the determination of me making it in the career that I'm in. So I joined 11 years ago, and when I joined, I was the second Emirati girl to successfully ever complete the program in my facility.
Wow, amazing.
You know, the second woman to become an instructor in the facility that's Emirati. First female to become an examiner in the facility that I'm in. So I'm determined. And even with this, I'm going and knocking on the supervisor's doors. I'm like, when am I getting supervisor? I have a degree in management, which is what most people have, because as air traffic controllers, you make a lot of money young. No, not a lot of people finish their education or go to university, rather. Not even finish. They don't go to university. I finished my air traffic control training, studied part-time in university, got my degree, got it with honors.
Amazing.
Dual award. Like, hello, give me supervisor. I deserve it. So I'm constantly knocking on doors, pushing, trying to better myself with my career. And then the determination to start the podcast as well. Like, I'm super organized. Like, we're shooting now in December for it to launch in February. Like, and that's also the last point. I love how organized I am.
And I said that to you. I love how organized you are, Jo.
Thank you.
So I love how organized you are. I can't say I'm that organized. I love how organized you are.
I was thinking of like putting out an organization tutorial, because I love to also explain how to be organized with color-coded calendars and all of that.
Some videos about that. I really love that. I would benefit so much. But you know what? This whole slowing down your nervous system, this is why I like to do things slowly.
Okay.
And sometimes when you do things slowly, you know, you kind of, you know, can't be super organized, but I like to regulate and do things properly and timely, like, you know, at a slower pace. Not a super rushed person, because I found that when I was rushing, my cortisol was going up. Was not happy. Not a happy person and not a healthy person. So I like to be present. I like to be slower paced and just do things the way I can.
Exactly. I think that's really important. And I have to remind myself, not even every day, like every couple hours, like, slow down.
But you know what? It's about femininity and masculinity. And feminine energy comes from being just slowing down.
Okay.
That's more feminine energy. Being super rushed and everything, let the men do that. That's very masculine. And that's why we get hormonal shifts.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I have to bring out a very masculine side of me, especially in my line of work, to the point in which I talk to pilots and my voice deepens before I click automatically now. So if I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, oh my God, how was your weekend? Emirates 1 negative. You know, like I just completely switch my voice.
See, I need to learn how to do that, because the amount of trolling I get about my voice online.
Just own it.
I have comments. I'm fine with my voice, but I get comments on my videos sometimes about her voice is so annoying. 10,000 likes. Are you crazy?
What? That is so mean.
That is so mean, right? So like,
you can't change that about yourself, though.
But people also think it's a fake voice, and I'm like, what?
Okay.
And they also think it's
the voice is real.
Please.
The accent is real. Her family has been there since 1934, right?
1937.
1937. Okay, a couple years. Maybe that's why they think it's fake.
Is my English like so proper? Do I sound like I'm the queen? Really?
I don't know.
What's wrong with my accent?
I haven't listened to the Queen long enough to know, but I'm just saying, like, this is who you are. This is what you sound like. And even if you're putting it on, so what? Paris Hilton puts her voice on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard her real voice?
I have. Yeah, I love it.
I need to take tips from her.
Yeah, that's
and from you. Maybe I can talk like this or
maybe
something.
You need to be under extreme stress and have to tell pilots what to do, and then I was just gonna switch.
Let's do the rest of the podcast like this, yes?
Amen.
Oh my
but yeah, if
now let me just put my fake voice back on.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay,
Yeah,
so is that okay? Yeah, I'll just put this block here, my OCD.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, this one. This one looks cute.
The middle ones come out really easy.
Yeah. Okay, have you ever been in love? Oh my God. Joe, you're going to get me into trouble.
You know, when you asked me about this game and I was briefing you,
Yeah.
there are 108 questions in this tower.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, one of the questions is, have you ever been in love? But you don't have to answer that. So, subhanallah, out of 108 questions, you pulled the one block I mentioned on the
And I
on the
said to you,
briefing
I'm
call.
not answering this because, you know, my mom might watch this and then she'll be like, you better not have loved someone.
Exactly.
You know?
You
How
can love your
insane is
friend.
that?
You can be in love with your friend
Yeah,
in
I
a
forgot about
platonic
that.
love.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's
I just
platonic
thought-
love.
I just thought about men.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm in love with all my dogs. I think they're great.
Oh, I love my niece and my nephew.
Yeah,
Is that like
exactly.
a really... That's not an interesting answer though, right? You want to know about the real gritty details. No, but really, I've never been in love. I don't
Okay.
believe I have. I never knew what love was.
Okay.
I come from a patriarchal, very conservative family. So the thing is that wasn't really allowed to mix with boys too much.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't really taught about love
Okay.
and relationships. So basically, I just, maybe I lusted.
Mm-hmm.
I lusted for sure, but I never loved. Now I can look back in hindsight and say, actually, I never loved.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe one day, because now I feel like I am mature enough and I know what love is.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one day, yeah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
So have you ever been in love, Joe?
My marriage was a love marriage, so yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
amazing.
And we're a mixed race couple as well. He's Lithuanian and then I'm Emirati and Tanzanian mix. So our children are going to be a beautiful scrambled egg omelet.
You know, mixed babies are just the cutest.
I agree. Yeah, exactly.
Very good. So next.
So
This here.
let us play speed Jenga. So we'll play Jenga the way it's designed.
Okay.
And then whenever the tower falls, whoever lost, or I don't know, we'll see what we feel like. But somebody picks up a question and we do the last question.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Ready? I'm like ready for myself. Wow, these all. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay. You've not very good at this. It wasn't. I used to play Buckaroo.
Oh.
You know Buckaroo? Do you know Buckaroo?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and Connect 4.
Oh, I know Connect 4.
Yeah, but Jenga wasn't really. Oh, Monopoly also. Have you
I
ever played
love
Monopoly?
I love
I was
Monopoly.
obsessed with
I love how
Monopoly.
long it takes.
Yeah.
And I love buying all the properties.
I've got to say, Monopoly taught me more than school did. Honestly,
Buy
for life
everything.
lessons- life lessons from Monopoly, like it's better than school. Don't send your kids to school. Just play Monopoly every day.
Exactly. The new homeschooling. Oh, here we go. That looks like an easy one.
How dare you?
5 seasons now, so I have
You
some
know what you're
practice.
doing, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good concept. If it falls down there, who's cleaning it?
It's fine. I have a protocol.
Oh, why did I do that? That wasn't meant to come out.
It's
Oh
okay.
no, that wasn't meant to come out. Can I put it back in?
I don't just see how it goes.
No. Well, obviously I've lost. Oh. Can't balance like that, right? Or maybe it can. Oh! See, it wasn't meant to come out.
All right.
Wallahi, I wasn't meant to
No.
come out. It was the one on top. I was... Okay.
All right, let's see. If you could describe this chapter of your life in a few words, what would they be?
Okay, this is one I love. This chapter is the greatest chapter of my life, inshallah. The greatest chapter, successful, and love. the greatest, successful, love, all of this. It's going to be the best, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'm manifesting it. I'm believing it. And I always say to people, like, you know, they're like, how did you get so much success in a very short amount of time? Because, you know, I didn't have much of a social media following when I first came. And I said, look, all I'm doing is building a garden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building a garden every day. All I'm doing with everything I do, I'm building a garden, because that's the only way you get butterflies to fly in. And you will get the most rarest of butterflies to fly in. If you ever try and chase a butterfly, it flies away. So all I need to do is build a garden and wait for the magic.
Exactly. And that's so beautifully said. I think that the name of this chapter is Butterfly.
I like it.
Me too. I'm going to put a butterfly emoji next to your name on my phone.
Oh,
yeah. That's going to be what I do.
Yeah.
If I could describe this chapter of my life in a few words, it would be out of the comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah. Like doing the podcast is completely the opposite of my career. And I'm very similar to you, where I'm very studious and study and work. And I just decided that I'm going to build a brand completely outside of that, because in my aviation career, I'm very well known in the community, in a sense where I was having so many events, so many gigs, everything. And I was like, I'm going to switch. I'm going to switch and I'm going to do the podcast, and I want to be known for something other than Jouhayna as an air traffic controller. Yes, it's a really cool job, and I've grown there, but I just feel like I can't let that be what defines me. I'm Jouhayna, which also means the beginning of new things for people who don't know. And I decided to do just that, start something new and see where it takes me.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of everything you're doing, and you're so good at it. You're an absolute
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You really are. I'm very happy for you.
Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you think. Thank you so much, Dr. Hasia, for your time and playing Burj Banter with me.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad it didn't fall the other way. Otherwise, I was worried I'd have to clean it.
Oh, no. You're good.
Clean. I cook, I don't clean.